Hello students, welcome to the Oliveboard platform. If you are watching this video, you're probably looking for a detailed strategy targeting the reasoning section of the SSC CGL examinations 2026. Well, you will not be disheartened for sure if you watch this video till the end, but apart from what you're here for, you're going to get something extra. So stay tuned with me till the end of the video to understand an extra perspective of thought and a complete detailed strategy to understand what are the benefits, the perquisites of studying reasoning, and how you can improve an ace on this topic to aim at 100% perfect score, right? So let's start without any further ado, but quickly hit the like button and share this video across platforms so that others can also benefit from this reasoning strategy, and do subscribe to the Oliveboard platform if you're new here, right? So the complete blueprint for the reasoning mastery, right? So why is reasoning important? Why is logical reasoning important? Logical reasoning, a lot of people take it very lightly and they have an assumption in their head that probably it is one of the most easiest sections and I don't need to put any effort or any practice in it. Well, partially you are correct as far as knowledge is concerned, as far as solvability is concerned. So if I give you an SSC CGL previous year paper, to any layman also right now, reasoning is the only section which the person will be able to solve with maximum accuracy. But the problem is time. You will fail to do it in a stipulated time. If I give you the paper for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, probably almost everybody is going to achieve 100% accuracy. But the moment I cut down the time, that is where you start facing an issue. And don't forget, you also have sections like quantitative aptitude to attempt in the same time of 1 hour slot. Okay. So reasoning becomes the perfect balance of high accuracy and extremely high speed as well. Because in other subjects, you might be faster, but you will not be as accurate, GK and English, right? Quant, you all know, no matter how hard you try, it is going to take some time. So reasoning is a sweet mixture where you will get a perfect balance of time and accuracy. So in very less time or with very high speed, you can get a very high accurate score. So much so that you can score 100% perfect score in both tier 1 and tier 2. So tier 1 obviously it is qualifying, even the reasoning section will be qualifying only for you. But tier 2 reasoning can be a deciding factor. How? At least that becomes the ground level for comparison. So those who are topping the exams, at least reasoning section, they are acing completely. You can't afford to lose anything there. Hence, reasoning is actually very important. Okay. And how you need to use reasoning now is, see, you are already saving a lot of time in English and GK section. Everybody knows that. But for reasoning, a lot of people are confused as to how much time is appropriate. So I will tell you, you need to club yourself anyway between 20 minutes. Below 20 minutes. Anyway below 20 minutes, and if you can ace it till 15 minutes, wonderful. That means all the questions of logical reasoning, 25 questions in tier 1, to be completed in a 15-minute window. That is your target. Okay, and if you can achieve that, that is how beautiful it will become for you, how easy it will become for you to attempt the other sections, the quant section. You can actually suck up all the time from this section, however you can, how much ever you can, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 seconds from wherever, compile this time and provide it to your quant section. That is going to enable you to be smoothly able to attempt the quant section, right? So that is the beauty of the reasoning section. Now, this is what I've already told you. So tier 1 is qualifying, 25 questions, 50 marks. The main goal is to save time, as much time as possible, and to hand it over to other sections where it is time consuming, like quantitative aptitude. The moment I come to tier 2 becomes merit decider, not only whole as an exam, but also the reasoning section, because 30 questions of 90 marks. So the value of the marks, the value of the question is also increased, and the negative penalty has also increased. It is 1/3 now. Okay, so that becomes challenging. 90 marks are awarded for the reasoning section alone, and if you master it, you can actually score a very high percentage of score here. See, your aim needs to be 100% in this section. In other sections, maybe you might have doubts, but this section, aim for 100%, because there will be 1 or 2 questions where you will lag somewhere or the other, which is fine. That is exam day bonus, which you can, allow yourself that, okay, I can leave 4 or 5 questions, but don't think of them beforehand. Think of them right when you're writing your exam. Okay. So for now, your aim should be 100% accuracy in these cases, right? So From there, I have already told you about this. So 15 to 18 minute window you need to have for your tier 1 exam for reasoning. So gradually you need to build your concept. Of course, you need to practice, then you need to push yourself in the speed. And when you do that, you need to time yourself for this window. Time for previous year papers, time for mock test, all in a 15-minute window. Sectional test, everything in a 15-minute window. Anything more than that, you are wasting your time. Okay. So start pushing yourself for this limit. The better, the more the better. Right? And see, 100% accuracy. 100% accuracy is what we are looking for in under 18 minutes. Okay. Now, what I've done is, we'll discuss the syllabus in detail now, but the syllabus has been divided in 3 buckets for you. Okay. Bucket number 1, bucket A, bucket B, bucket C. So bucket A will cater to all the topics which are more important from tier 1 perspective. Heavily asked in tier 1, good frequency, and in tier 2 also they are foundational. So they are basic in tier 2 as well. They are asked on a high level in tier 2 as well. So those topics become the core, the fillers, where you know that their questions will always be there. Then you have the bucket 2, which is image based, completely image based questions, both in tier 1 and tier 2. Bucket 3 is exclusively for topic which is tier 2 heavy. So bucket 3 is your advanced section of your reasoning. So that you will touch base upon once you're done with bucket A and bucket B, right? So what are they? Bucket A focuses on verbal reasoning, topics like, it takes care of language proficiency, vocabulary, grammar, comprehension, logical deduction from written text, analogy, sentence correction, critical reasoning. All these parts can come here. Okay. But critical, I would like to put it there only. Non-verbal will be image based, and analytical and logical will be syllogisms, puzzles, etc. Okay. So just look at this. Now syllabus bucket A, verbal reasoning. This is high weightage. Okay. Analogy, classification, coding, decoding, series, blood relation, syllogism, direction sense, order ranking. These are basic topics from where you can expect questions in tier 1. Tier 1 heavy, and tier 2 as well. Of course, the level will slightly change in both the tiers, but majorly this is how you can see. Okay. Now, if I talk of the next bucket, bucket B, non-verbal reasoning, it is visual acuity. That means it is talking about your visualization skills, your observational skills, where we cover topics like mirror water images, paper folding and cutting, embedded figures, figure completion, dice and cube, and counting figures. And there may be others as well, which are all falling under this category: figure series, figure analogy, etc. Right? Now here, we don't have to spend a lot of time in this zone. We have to cut short our preparation time here. So cut it as much as possible. Don't spend a lot of time in this section. Okay. So while preparing also, you can be fast, and you just have to develop a basic conceptual understanding of how you can make it faster. That's all. Then just keep practicing every day for a while. That is all you need to focus on. Okay. The next here is the third bucket, that is analytical and logical reasoning. This is the tier 2 gauntlet, the main part of tier 2, the functional unit of reasoning section in tier 2. This is what becomes the deciding factor. Questions like critical reasoning, complete critical reasoning, statement assumption, statement conclusion, course of action, cause and effect, assertion reason, decision making. There are lots of topics which are covered here. Additionally, now social intelligence, emotional intelligence, ethical dilemma, everything is a part of critical reasoning. So you have to go through this with a thorough understanding, and this in itself is a different world apart from logical and analytical reasoning. Okay, so this needs to be thoroughly understood, because you can expect up to 3 questions in the tier 2 section from this alone. It can be a game changer in itself. Okay, then we come to puzzles, sitting arrangement, circular, linear, floor based puzzles, simple puzzles, and the third one is data sufficiency. Okay, so these are the 3 topics which are heavy from the perspective of tier 2. I am not saying that the other topics are not important for tier 2, but these are exclusively important for tier 2. And you may get one question sometimes in tier 1 as well, but it is something which either people leave or it is doable. It's not very difficult. But tier 2 is heavily relying on these topics. So your preparation has to be divided into these 3 sections. Okay, cool. And these are the topics where you majorly are going to face issues also. Generally, if you prepare for logical reasoning, a lot of you will feel that even if I don't go for a heavy conceptual understanding, I can still master and ace questions, which is fine. But the moment you land on these topics, you will need some sort of a conceptual guidance. You will have to understand the tricks, the shortcuts, the understanding everything in intricate detail, so that you will be able to master this section. So you will need guidance in this section as much as possible. Okay, so key focus needs to be on this section. Now, we will start discussing the strategy, the preparation phase. Okay, so this was about the syllabus and why reasoning is important. Now I have divided the preparation into 3 phases, a 3-phase approach. Phase 1 is laying the foundation. So you will take up to 3 months there, where you will build everything conceptually. So when you are learning everything conceptually, why not learn everything? That means if you're giving time for conceptual understanding, why to leave topics like missing numbers and number series? You can have some conceptual understanding there as well. So build everything from scratch at least once. Okay, everything from scratch. At least once you need to understand, and you need to focus on one resource. Stop resource hopping, because that also confuses your mind. Everybody has their different approaches. So you pick up one approach first, you master that approach. The only thing is, don't be rigid. Don't be adamant on that support. Now what you do is you keep changing, you keep adapting constantly. That okay, I have this one concept with me. All right, I am comfortable with this concept. Great. But now I've learned a new concept which is actually shorter than this and seems to be better. But no, I am comfortable with this. Comfort zone kills progress. Okay, so make sure you keep switching and you keep improving. But once you're done with the basic, at least once. Okay, so this is what we are doing here. In phase 2, you will aim for the speed. So months 4 to 6, the next 2 to 3 months, you will aim for the speed. So here you're building accuracy, then you're pushing for speed. Once you're done with this, after the 7th month, that is from 1 to 6 or 7 months, you will cover the basics and the speed part. Then you will push for the tier 2 section. So you will become tier 2 specific here. Okay, that is how it's going to look like. So let's break it down individually. So for the foundation months, what are we going to do? We are going to conceptually understand the why behind every question. That why are we doing this? Why does this happen? Rather than only focusing on the how and what, we will also focus on the why of it. So you have to get into the details. No matter how extreme they are, don't worry. Okay. And the basics, the prerequisites. So prerequisites for any logical reasoning structural syllabus needs to be given to you. So you need to remember alphabet place values, reverse place values, prime numbers from 1 to 100. Of course not 1, from 2 to 100, then your squares at least up to 30 or more if possible, cubes at least up to 20 or more if possible, and tables from 1 to 20. So at least, and special number series. I have taught this in many of my classes. The special number series you need to generate, and you need to have that list with you. These core topics, these core understandings, these prerequisites need to be there with you before you start your preparation for reasoning. Okay, you can use various, either you can use mnemonics if you are comfortable, mnemonics which are given here, Ejoti, love means LO is opposite, V is opposite, or you can use other techniques also. You can make charts, you can utilize flow charts, figures, everything, etc. to help your memory, to boost your memory to be able to remember these. And then when you start practicing, it will all be there with you. So this is going to help you cut down on the time taken to solve a question. Also, calculation should be understood here at this section. Heavy, your questions, a lot of questions will be dependent on light calculation. So you need to be quick at the calculation aspect as well. Right, now we are coming to phase 2. Phase 2 means we are hitting for speed now. So once you have a comfortable accuracy of 90% plus, at least 95% plus rather, what will you do is now you will push yourself for speed. So you may be able to solve these questions in, let's say, half an hour, 40 minutes. Now we'll push for speed. So the moment you push for speed, immediately your accuracy is going to brutally fall down. Okay, it's going to fall down in the range of 70% approximately, and you will start struggling, you will start getting nervous. Don't do that. It's a normal process. If you're pushing for something new, whatever was comfortably going on till now is going to be disrupted for a while, but then you will fine tune it gradually. Okay, so sectional tests are the key at this point. Keep yourself engaged in as many sectional tests as you can. Prepare from previous year questions and prepare for questions after each chapter. So once you're done with the chapter, extensively practice previous year questions and regular questions so that you understand how to approach it, how to apply whatever you have done, and develop that knowledge for the logical reasoning section. Then you master past patterns, okay, and the 15-minute challenge. So that is here the sectional test region, where you will push yourself to solve the questions in a 15-minute window, as many as you can, and gradually keep improving. Today you can do, let's say, 15-20 questions, then you increase to 25, then you increase to 30. Okay, that is the final goal, right? Now phase 3, once you are done with these 2 phases and you have found the sweet balance between accuracy and time, now is the time you shift towards preparation of tier 2 based specific topics. So we will get into advanced puzzles, but advanced does not mean banking level puzzles. You are wasting your time there. So advanced puzzles means regular puzzles which are asked in reasoning section in the SSC exams. Basic puzzles, but on an advanced question level. So the questions will be good, will be better than what you have seen otherwise. Then critical thinking skills you will develop for the complete critical reasoning section. And you'll keep identifying your weakness through the mock test, and you'll keep getting better at it by practicing more and more for the weaker sections. The more you repeat the weaker sections, the better you're going to get at it gradually. Your brain will find a way to actually solve these questions and become better at it. But you'll have to constantly feed that information. Otherwise, if you start losing on it, it is gone. Right? So this was the core of your preparation, the complete syllabus and the strategy. I can technically end this video here because as promised everywhere in the thumbnail also, I have discussed everything with you. But in the beginning of the video, I told you that I am here to give you an additional information and you are going to actually like it. That additional information is what are the common traps while preparing which are going to not only eat up your time but also going to push you in a zone where you might end up losing your score. So there are 4 common types of traps. There can be others as well. While preparing, while solving a mock, while giving a final exam, these traps can actually hinder your progress in terms of logical reasoning section. The over logic trap, the not ignore trap, the assumption trap and the ego trap. Let me first take you through all these 4 in detail with examples. So the over logic trap can be for analogy, series or any such question where you might purposefully get into a strategy or a logic which is actually having a lot of twists and turns just to get to the answer. Your final motive becomes so fixated on getting an answer that you end up thinking that this is a logic which the examiner might have thought. The examiner is never going to go for an extremely complicated logic. So what you're doing is you're deviating away from the thought process of the examiner, and in the end you're wasting your time. Okay, so the over logic trap, which we commonly call, the reasoning educators commonly call this as overthinking, and this can be applicable anywhere throughout logical reasoning. Okay, if you start overthinking, you will start generating newer patterns which are very unique, but we are not looking for unique patterns. We are looking for patterns which can be identified by the masses. So that is where you are going wrong. So for example, here rather than finding complex logic, right, stick to priority order like prime numbers, squares or cubes, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That is majorly how these type of questions will be framed. The assumption trap can be also applicable on blood relations. A lot of people get trapped here. When blood relations, they either compare with their own real life blood relations to get the answers, or probably they assume genders based on name and end up getting incorrect answers. This assumption trap can also be in the critical reasoning section where you end up marking assumptions based on what is mentioned in the statement, whereas assumptions are never restatements. Conclusions are, but assumptions are not. So you need to have a key understanding between the difference between assumptions, conclusions and all these keywords which are used, so that you are well versed with the critical thinking aspect of it. Okay, then the not ignore trap. Now sometimes in a lot of cases the word not is utilized and it very beautifully it is hidden, it is camouflaged in your question. So while you are in a hurry, you just fail to read that, you ignore it basically and you start solving the question. Now they are asking you which of these following options do not follow the logic, this primary logic. So you look at the first option, it is following the logic, you tick mark and you move ahead. You're so happy that I found my answer and you are already ahead. But actually that was not the answer. The answer was option C, which was not following the logic. You ignored the not, you ended up getting an incorrect answer. So focus on that. A lot of questions trap you based on that. And these questions are often sprinkled in between where you have achieved a streak of correct answers. So there may be 5-6 correct answers, all questions, you're quickly solving it. And every question you're solving in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. So you have some sort of an adrenaline rush right now in the exam. And the next question, they will lay this trap. You will lose it and gone. See, everywhere they are not consistently checking what kind of question you are attempting and getting the score. They only want to check your final score. So make sure you're taking care of these little things. Okay, subtle things are going to disrupt or going to make your paper. The ego trap, I think almost everybody knows about this. So what happens is sometimes some topics, they become your favorite. And despite that, the examiner might have particularly decided to give that topic as a difficult topic in the exam or in the mock. So don't get too attached to a topic or a question so that you insist on solving it no matter what. So usually a 30-second rule helps. 30 second, 25 second, 20 second, whatever you are comfortable with. That means within that time lag, you should understand. So that clock should be mentally inside you. You don't have to look at the timer again and again. Mentally time yourself for 25-30 seconds, and if within that time slot you can apply an algorithm of logics. If it fits anywhere, good. If it does not fit, just move ahead. Don't waste your time on that question. See, your exam is about selective screening. So it is about picking up the right questions and also leaving the right questions at the same time. Otherwise, if you try to attempt everything, it might not help you. Yes, I did tell you aim for 100%, but that is at this stage. When you're actually writing the exam, maybe you might have to leave one or two questions. It depends. So you should have the power to do that. You should not feel the heavy need that, oh no, I cannot skip this, I'll lose my marks. That fear needs to be taken care of, okay? For your logical reasoning section, and hopefully this video was helpful, especially the trap part which I had brought for you, so that you understand better where you can get carried away and lose your score. Thank you so much for watching till here, guys. Hit the subscribe button right away and share this video and like it and share it across your platforms. Thank you so much for watching it till here. Bye bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.